Hi everyone, it's Brittany Bowmaster here and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a rant video, something I've wanted to talk about for a while now. Yeah, I don't think I have really much of an intro, so I'm just going to get started. The title of the video is obviously going to say something along the lines of rant about restaurants, being a hostess, one of the two. These things that I'm ranting about apply to both, obviously. So, but mostly a hostess. Most of them apply to just being a hostess and why it sometimes sucks. Or why our jobs are hard, I guess. People don't think our jobs are hard, but they are. So number one is, and yes, I have a list here. I am a list person. I have to write things down. So number one is when you're a hostess and you're at your restaurant and it's the middle of rush hour and a large group comes in. Like, oh, for how many? Oh, 15 please. 15 people. Our restaurant is full right now, and the best part is that they come in a group of 15 and they want to sit at one table. Like, they think they'll be able to sit at one table, and the restaurant, it's no problem if you come at the right time. But if you come in the middle of lunch or supper rush and you come with 15-20 people and want to sit together, sometimes that's just not going to happen unless you want to wait a long time for specific tables to clear out at the same time so we can push them all together. I've even had a woman get in my face before because what we like to do is we'll give them the option, like, you can wait a long time in order to all sit together, or I can put you at tables as they get up, because usually we're so busy that we start seating table for table and we have a long line. And I had one woman go, "We came together, we want to sit together." Like, okay lady, like, I was just trying to do you a favor and give you another option. Calm down. Yeah, so that sucks. Usually when they're rude, it makes it so much harder. But if I have a large group of people that come in and they're understanding and they go, yeah, like, you know, we're a large group, like, just do whatever you can for us. I like try and go like above and beyond to accommodate these people because they understand and they're trying to make my job easier. And it's just nice when people acknowledge that you're a real person too. The next thing is, and this one isn't really that bad, it's just annoying when you hear it time and time and time again, like you hear it at least 50 times a night. "Can I have a booth, please?" Or when they make excuses like, "I can't sit in the hard chairs because my back hurts," or "my legs hurt," or I've been driving all day, so I need a soft seat," or and you're like, "Yeah, sure, no problem," like, whatever, like, don't give me your excuses, don't blah 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 blah, like, I know that you want a booth, it's okay that you want a booth, it really is. You don't need to tell me why you want one. And you know, it's my job to give you a table, and if you want a booth, I can do that for you. But the other thing that I don't like is when you're standing at the door and you turn around, because you know you have to follow a rotation, most restaurants do. You turn around to go look and see what booth is available next in the rotation, and then the customers are going, "Oh, what about that one? What about that one?" And then you just want to be like, "Just give me a minute, please. Just give me a minute. I will find one for you. I know how to do my job." And they are trying to be helpful, but at the same time, like, you know, right? Like, I'm not blind. I can see it. I need to make sure I'm seating fairly at the same time. The next thing is, this one doesn't even have to do with customers, really. It's if you work at a very busy restaurant, usually you have like your team of hostesses and you have your team of waitresses, and sometimes you just all gotta work together to get through the shift and things can go smoothly. You know, like, sometimes waitresses just need that one thing to like get themselves caught back up, and that's part of our job, is to help each other, right? But then you have the ones that literally want your help every 5 minutes. It's like, oh, can you get me drinks? Oh, can you do this? Oh, can you do that? And you're trying to do your job at the same time, and you're like how do you even do your job when no one else is around? Like, how do you do your job if you need our help every 5 minutes? And then you get behind on your job, so you're trying to catch up on all these tables so that you can get the customers seated, and get the line down so that we can get through our rush. And anyway, it's just a domino effect when someone when you feel like you have to carry them through. It just makes it harder on everybody, and everybody else sees it and feels it, and it's just nice when everybody is. And I'm not talking about people who are new in training. It's just the people who are just too slow to like catch up to their own job. There's always like that one or two that you work with that are like that, and it just makes your job that much harder. The next thing is when people complain about the rotation. When you're a hostess, there's honestly nothing you can do about it. And anybody who has ever been a hostess understands that. Yes, there are times when if you're new and you don't understand how it works, it gets screwed up. But when they come up to you and be like, why aren't you seating me? And if it's really slow, I'm sorry, but if the customer wants to sit over here and you're working over there and I have one person coming to the door, I can't tell the customer, oh no, you can't sit there even though you want to sit there. You have to sit over here because she's getting mad at me. It's just not how it works, right? So, the hostesses get it from the customers and the people they work with sometimes, and it sucks. The other thing I don't like is if you've ever been accused of taking a tip off of a table, when the waitress comes up and goes, do you have money for me? And you're like, no. Well, I saw a tip on that table and it's not there anymore. Okay, like I just told you I don't have it. Like, what? Like, I'm sorry. And it's like you can tell the ones that are like honestly just asking if you've seen it or if you know if someone else picked it up, because sometimes we do have to pick them up in order to see the customer at that table, and then we give it to them later. But then you have the ones that are like chasing you as soon as they notice that it's gone, and they're like, where is it? Like, I know it was there. And then you're just like, I don't have it. And I've even watched I've watched a waitress like throw the menus down, like, I seen it was there, blah, blah, blah. And the girl I was working with was like, well, I don't have it, so I don't know what you want me to tell you. And it actually ended up being underneath like a jam thing on the corner of the table, so like no one saw it anymore, and the customer knew we were talking about it, and he probably thought that we were yapping about like him taking it probably, and he was like pointing at it like down at his table, and I was like, oh look, he knows where it is. And then of course everyone felt right embarrassed after. The other thing that sucks is when you're seating, I keep looking over here, I don't know why, it's really bright and it's hard for me to look like up here. Anyway, the other thing that sucks is when you're seating and you have customers, when they say table for 4 please, and you're like, okay, and then you walk to a table and then they go, oh no, can we sit here? And then you're like, okay, and then you go to sleep in there, and they're like, oh no, actually we don't fit here, we're not comfortable, like let's go over here. Or they'll be like, oh, it's too cold here, like we want to move here, so they'll end up moving. I think the most I've ever had is customers moving to 3 different tables, which is really excessive, especially if it's busy. And it sucks if they like go and move themselves to a dirty table, because people then think that they've already been sitting there and no one cleans it for them. And if you ever go to a restaurant and you sit at a dirty table and can't understand why people are serving you, that's why, okay? Because we have a system and it works. The other thing and it happens a lot, even in the slowest of times, customers will seat themselves and no one notices because we're all busy dealing with other people. Or if we're like busy cleaning or something, if it's a slow period and people just walk right in and sit down wherever they want. And especially if they're sitting in a closed section, the waitresses assume that the hostess put them there and gave them to someone else, because we always like give them to whoever's next in rotation. But if I didn't notice them seat themselves and a waitress didn't notice them seat themselves, you think there's that lack of communication where they think someone else has done it. And then the customer will go, excuse me, can I get served please? And then you kind of go, oh, well, did you just get here? No, I've been here. Did someone seat you? No, I sat myself. Okay, well that's why. Like, we didn't realize that no one had taken care of you. Like, usually the sign says, please wait to be seated. Or, you know, like, we have a system and it works. But that does happen a lot, and then the customers like are mad at you for not noticing that they're there. And usually you do notice, and then you're like, oh, like, who has this guy? Like, when did he get there? Or like, we'll pick it up. But then there are the times when people don't notice. Maybe we're really busy, and then that happens. The other thing, when you're a hostess and you're working the door and you take them to their seat and you go to set down their menus, and they'll be like, oh, and I'll take a coffee or I'll take a water. And you're just like, oh, sorry, like, your waitress will be right with you. Oh. And they act like you just don't want to serve them, but really your job is to go back to the door and seat the other people waiting in line. And anyways. So yeah, if a person seats you down and you ask them for drinks and they can't bring them to you, it's not because they don't want to, it's because they're busy. The other thing, and this one's just funny, it's not even like bad, it's just, it gets annoying sometimes. People come to the door, and if they're alone, and you say, is it just for yourself tonight? And then they go like this, they go, yep, or no, it's me and all my friends here. And then you're like, okay, like, I've heard that 10 times tonight. And there has been one time, and I felt right bad afterwards. This guy did that to me, and I was busy, so I didn't even think to laugh. Like, I actually have to think about laughing in order to make them feel comfortable. And I was just like, I was busy like fixing my rotation or something, and he had said that, and I just kept going, and I didn't even laugh. And then when I sat him down, I was like trying to be extra nice, because I realized that I probably made him feel right stupid. And the other thing, and this one is very annoying, when you come to the door and you're on your phone and there's a huge line, and I need to know where you want to sit and for how many, and you're just like blah 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 blah. And the worst is when they put the finger up. Like, don't put your finger in my face. Just don't do it. Get off your phone until you're seated. No. Get off your phone until you've ordered your food, because I'm sure the waitresses hate that as well. Usually we just wait for you to be off your phone, because we have a job to do, right? So yeah, that basically concludes my top 10 or 11, however many that was, things that piss me off about working in a restaurant, and I'm sure they annoy or frustrate a lot of other people out there. You know, it's part of the job. There are some good things. You make really good friends working in an environment like that, and we're all really good at working together as a team. We all go out together, and it's great. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. If you have any things that tick you off about your job if you work in a restaurant, comment below. Let me know what they are. I'm always curious. I'm sure that some of the ones you guys say will be ones that I probably meant to say too. I just made my list right quick and on the spot. So yeah, share me your stories, because I'm interested to hear them. And please subscribe to my channel and help me reach out to other people in the world. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. And if you like these little rant videos, give it a thumbs up, and maybe I'll think of some others to do. Have a good day, guys. Bye.